spring for a Dior bag? Not to worry. The brands know that, and they are catering towards you. Not by putting the prices down of the bags, but rather by expanding their entry-level items offering such that you can get your luxury fix maybe through something like a bag charm, a tech accessory of sorts, instead of shelling out £6 or something like that for a bag. Now, what is quite interesting is that not that long ago, these sort of entry-level items offerings were things like SLGs, sunglasses, belts, maybe some costume jewellery. But as of late, there has been a bulking up of a lot of these categories, adding on more categories, and there's been a lot more focus on them put on by the brands in order to entice a little quick luxury fix from you. So let's unpack this. I'm going to go through some of these new categories, which ones are worth your money, which ones aren't, why they're doing it, and all of that good stuff. Guys, if you're new here, my name is Cassie and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're probably gonna love it here. So head down and subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. I also have a Substack, in case you're interested, the link will be below. Insane price hikes over the last 5 or so-ish years has made not only bags feel less attainable, but also basic ready-to-wear, like t-shirts, things that used to be like an easy, it was never cheap, but an easy, somewhat attainable way to get a piece of the brand. Shoes now. My gosh, for designer shoes, you're looking at around, if not over the $1,000 mark. If I see something that's less than 40, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's like 2019 again. It's actually kind of ridiculous. So then there are these quote-unquote entry-level categories that we turn to get a little fix of the brand, a little, I want something luxurious, okay? I want like a nice little something. It's not gonna break the bank, but it gives me a little taster of luxury. And that is what these brands have been bulking out, because they know it. They know it, they've done this to themselves, and now they know that they need to bulk out these offerings so that they can still get some money from us. One big way that they're doing this, charms. I don't need to tell you that bag charms are having a moment, okay? You have social media, you most likely have your own 2 eyes. If not that, then you've got ears to hear them jingle jangling behind you. It is just, it's everywhere. And we are seeing the extreme, we're seeing everything dangling off a sodding bag. We're seeing 1 or 2 here. We're seeing the rise of the Labubu, okay? And where there is the rise of the Labubu, there is a luxury version. The Louis Vuitton brown bear or something. I don't know. He's got a cowboy hat or something. Now, I like charms because I see them as such a great extension of your personality, okay? And yes, maybe you are the person that has everything and the kitchen sink hanging off the front of it. That tells me something about you. If you've got a tiny little, I don't know, hot dog hanging off the front, I know that you probably like food from a van on the street. Like, it tells you a lot about a person. That's what I think is quite fun about it. It allows you to make an item that, you know, a lot of people can buy and turn it into something that feels a little bit more unique to you. And if you look at it, a lot of the big brands, their bag charm categories are bulked up. You can get a Gucci sausage dog. You can get a Fendi fur-trimmed jellyfish. You can get an intrecciato woven elephant from Bottega. You can get 3 little olives on a sodding skewer at Loewe. Chloe's got a raffia pineapple. Valentino's got an odd little blue and white cat. The list goes on. There's a charm for everybody. Bottega's also got a notebook. You've got Louis Vuitton Vivienne, in case you're a Vivienne fan or whatever else, okay? They have made it so that there is something for everybody. However, it's not just stopping on the bags. Shoe charms are something that I'm telling you now, if you open your eyes, you're gonna see more of them. Chloe did this, it's sort of integrated into a shoe with, they've got like a pair of flats pointed toe, it's got some little charms on the front of them. Fendi did the same thing. You buy a pair of Fendi platform trainers and it's already charmed up the wazoo for you. It's got a little cord knotted man and a Fendi tag and whatnot. But going back to the entry-level category of charms and everything, look at a brand like Miu Miu. Miu Miu has an entire dedicated section on their page called the Miu Miu Custom Studio. And this is giving you inspiration and the full range of tricks, as they call them, to trick out your bag and your shoes. They're showing the shoes there as an option, and oh my gosh, it's a 2-in-1. So not only is this a leather little flower appropriate to hang off your bag, but if you wanted to change things up, you can attach it to to your trainers as well. So it's very pimp my ride, but on bags and shoes. Another category that I think we're going to be seeing more of, especially as we get into the colder months, but it has definitely started now, are scarves and silks. And this is not even from brands that are known for their silks and scarves. So like Hermes, we know this is a big part of their offering. Gucci just did a big campaign over the summer with their like The Art of Silk, I think it was called, campaign, showing again all the beautiful silk scarves that they make and whatnot. But also, like I said, from brands that aren't that well known to do it, Saint Laurent has a decent selection there of silk scarves that are maybe like cashmere mix, something a little bit heavier for the colder months. A big trend over this summer has been the silk scarf wrapped around like low on the waist, almost as a belt. Items like this do well because they're multifunctional. So yes, you can drape it around your neck. You can knot it almost like a tie. You can wear it as a headscarf. You can wear it as a belt. You can wear it as a bag charm. Alexander McQueen for Autumn Winter 2025, we know that their famous skull scarves had a moment back in the early 2000s, but they fashioned theirs tied onto bags as bag scarves. Don't be surprised when those pick up back in traction come the second half of this year. I feel like brooches is another one that don't be surprised if we start to see more of these like multifunctional moments, brooches woven into styling on the runway and things like that. Gloves. Gloves, I feel, is a category that also gets overlooked a lot, but again, Bottega Intrecciato weave gloves, again, obviously, I can't even, the thought of gloves right now, it's already sodding 30 degrees outside, 80 something, 90, whatever, Fahrenheit. And the thought of gloves is making me sweat. But Hermes gloves down the runway, fingerless gloves, they're going to be a thing. Gucci released fingerless gloves this summer, but Gucci doesn't know how to push a product at the moment. So, we may forget about it. But I feel like gloves are going to be much more of a thing. Even an integration of the two. Little bag charms that you put on your bag, but it's almost like a glove holder. Like there's a way to sort of attach your gloves on there so that it hangs on the bag. Don't be surprised if we start to see those sorts of things too. Socks and tights, another sort of like interesting way to incorporate logos and brands into a look that is for a couple of hundred instead of having to shell out 3, if not 4 figures for something by the brand. And we all know beauty and fragrance is a big moneymaker for these brands, right? And you have started to see over the last few years more brands that didn't have beauty and fragrance now start doing it. Bottega has launched their perfume line. About 6 or 7 different fragrances, really beautiful. They also do a travel size in a fabulous little gold Intrecciato metal canister, very nice, whatever. Prada, within the last 3 years, has started to enter into beauty. They've had some fragrance, but they're now doing skincare, they're now doing beauty. Dior, again, have always had a beauty line, but they're doing more little sort of accessories that can be turned into bag charms. Like they have this sleeve that you put their hand lotion in that you can clip to the front of a bag. They have these really fabulous little leather sleeves that you put your lipstick in. All of these little things are part of that entry-level offering. For that little hit of dopamine, my gosh, it's like sudden, let's not do a drug thing. But yes, it is to cater to that little scratching of the luxury itch. One of my favourite entry-level categories, you wouldn't be surprised to hear, are mini bags. Now, I've been talking about the fact that Chanel has been doing this for years. They know that the price of their bags is a lot, and so they have done miniature versions of a lot of seasonal, a lot of classic bags and put them in under small leather goods. As soon as something's under small leather goods, that's got a different price bracket. So they're doing that. I've also noticed Saint Laurent does this a lot with miniature versions of classics, but also these like cubey little wristlet eventy bags. Those sorts of things. Bags used as bag charms on other bags, but you can also use them as standalone bags. Oh my gosh, it's Inception of the bags and it's the baby of the baby and this is a miniature version of that and whatever else, and you get it. Listen, with Apple Pay now, it doesn't even need to fit your card. We can make it really tiny. So why are they doing this? Couple of reasons. Number one, like I said, it gives us that dopamine hit. It gives us a quick little quote-unquote affordable fix to still participate in the brand, but also it's a way for the younger generation, Gen Z starting to get into luxury, to get a little taste and open the doors. It's a gateway purchase into the rest of the brand, okay? Let me save up for this little thing that I can get, and hopefully I like the experience or the product enough that I start to save up for bigger and bigger and bigger items as life goes on. Now, let's put aside the whole customer service experience because that is up in the air and not consistent across brands, but let's just keep that constant for now. These things also, I'm sure the margins are massive for the brands. I'm sure that this is an easy little quick win for them to pump out these sort of charms. I'm sorry, Miu Miu is shelling out whatever that is, like a little piece of cord or something for hundreds. That one I can't get my head around, but imagine the margin on that. And going back to that first point, you know, that gateway into it, it also builds, like I said, it's that brand loyalty. What do I think of all of these things? Listen, if it gives you a little something, if it makes you smile, it's worth it in my opinion, okay? I'm never gonna sit here and be like, oh, it was a waste of money or whatever, because, well, I can sit here and do that, but you don't have to listen to me. And, you know, it's a personal, you might find so much joy in that little Miu Miu cord, and I'll listen to your justification, but I do like the bag charms. My thing with these sorts of things is to make sure it's personal to you. Don't just buy it because it's like a nice little fix and I want something from the brand or whatever. Make sure you love it. That should be your number one rule across any luxury purchase or purchase in general. When it comes to the bag charms, you know, make it personal. Like I said, do you like eating food from a truck on the street? I do. Maybe I need a hot dog charm. Okay, I've got one that looks like a croissant. Do I love to bake good? Yes, I do. And I love a sodding good croissant, let me tell you. Those buttery, flaky layers, I'll take it any day. So, as long as you make it personal to you, I think that's where the fun in this stuff lies. When it comes to scarves are personally a category that I think I'm getting more into. I wore a little silk scarf as a shrug the other day. I'll put a picture here. And I really liked that. And I thought that it was a fun way of giving like a little unexpected something to a look. I, you know, thought that I might get a little bit chilly later. That caters to that. It was fun and it was interesting. And that got me thinking, well. Should I be doing more things with scarves? You know, you can tie them together and make a top and everything else. And I need to be a little bit more inventive with that. But silks is something that I think I'm still enjoying and getting into. The things that I do not think, again, spend your money how you wish, but the things that I don't think are worth the money, any tech accessories. There is a new version of the thing that you want a case or a lanyard or a something for every year. And if you are somebody that keeps up with your tech and wants the newest version or whatever, then that's just going to be straight into the bin whenever that happens, okay? So tech accessories I don't think are worth it. Half the time, stick to the tech brands that are making things for the tech accessories. The other one is hair clips. And I didn't sort of include this in my full list, but half the time those hair clips are actually quite heavy. So if you don't have hair that's going to like stay in, like mine is gonna slide out during the day and then next thing you know, I've lost a $450 hair clip on the streets of New York. How do I sleep at night knowing that? Terrible. So I think they're very easy to lose, and that's my thing with those. They tend to be heavy and they tend to be easy to lose. And again, do you just want to be leaving how many hundreds of dollars on the sodding pavement? I don't think so, okay? We know each other. I don't think that you do. Those are my thoughts. How do you feel about this sort of bulking up of entry-level items? Is this something that you like? Do you participate and you go, do you know what, let me just get a little fix or whatever? Absolutely, there is no judgment. If you want to get involved, do. If you don't want to get involved, fine by you as well, right? I'm just interested in your general thoughts on this idea. Do you like these little luxuries? Have you fallen victim to them? I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are. And in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.